All right, welcome back. We've got a very special edition for you. Our special guest hails all the way from Finland. He is the founder of the mighty Apocalyptica. It is EICCA. Welcome.
Hello, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. I got very much love for you guys. And I understand this is a very special project. You have the support of Metallica on this. Tell us, as the band, formed in its current, format of cellos, why a band like Metallica is perfect for you guys to cover.
Um, that's a good question. I don't know exactly, but I think that was when we started in early 90s. Metallica, from metal bands of that time especially, had this certain richness in the melodic aspects, and there is so much happening in the song. So it kind of like when we take the vocals out, the songs still work, and the main core of the original song comes through when played instrumental, which was a little bit challenging when doing versions of other bands that we love, like Sepultura, Pantera. There were not so many songs that really transferred to cellos very well, because when you take the on that time when we especially had no drums, you take the power of drums and you take the vocals, which was more like growling and screaming. But when you take that out, there was not so many musical elements and aspects in that. But in Metallica, there is always the compositions are super rich. So I think that's one of the reasons.
Well, we have Metallica, Volume 2, Apocalyptica plays Metallica Volume 2. It is out now. We got tracks Ride the Lightning, Saint Anger, Unforgiven 2, Blackened, The Call of Tulu. Is it pronounced? Tulu?
Yeah, Cthulhu. Yeah,
Okay.
Cthulhu.
The Four Horsemen, Holier Than Thou, To Live Is to Die, One, and One Instrumental. Um, and of course, you have James Hetfield featured on one, and Robert Trujillo on The Four Horsemen, and the memory of Cliff Burton on Call of Tulu. Now, I know you've announced a major tour in the U.S. It's set for 2025. You have Nina Strauss supporting. Tell us what you
Yeah.
have planned and hope to achieve with this upcoming tour.
Uh, we are we hope to achieve a lot of fun. I
Yes.
think that's the first thing that comes to mind. It's this kind of plays Metallica program, so it's fully Metallica music. This
Yes.
show, I think the origin lies a little bit on the anniversary. We did its 20th anniversary tour, 2018 and 19 for the first album, and actually that turned out to be so much more fun than we expected. So that was one of the reasons why we did this Plays Metallica Volume 2 album in general. Besides the fact that we've been talking about that for over 20 years, that someday we will do it. But for this tour, I don't know. It's the thing is that what is the magic on live performance? It comes from the fact that X amount of people gathers in the same space to experience something in everybody's own unique way, and that kind of the energy what happens there. So that's what is the fun and the exciting part, and the reason why we have these tours. And so we are very excited about that. It's like it's sharing. When you do an album, it's one chapter when you release the new album, but there comes a new layer of life to the album when we actually get to play those songs to people and kind of do it together.
Yeah, well, I know the journey began in '96 when you and your fellow cellists from Helsinki's world-renowned Sibelius Academy played a symphonic tribute to the Big Four. And at what age, did you start playing cello, and what age did you start getting into harder rock and found that there was a way to maybe combine your love for both?
Um, I started to play cello when I was 9, which was fairly late in classical world,
Mm-hmm.
and But it was not because of my loved classical music. It was just that I wanted to play something. And then it happened to be cello that I got into the local music school. I also started to play drums. I got drums, but I didn't go for lessons with that at the same age. And around 13 years old, I actually got blown away with two albums, two different kind of albums. One was classical. It was Shostakovich Symphony Number 7, Leningrad. And that kind of like, poof, made me understand that, wow, classical music is really cool. But at the very same time, I also heard first time Orion from Master of Puppets album. I had been listening to Jimi Hendrix. I was a big fan of Jimi Hendrix and Billy Idol, Yngwie Malmsteen, that kind of stuff that was post-metal or pre-metal kind of thing. And I just got hooked to the Metallica sound. And since then I've been metalhead, but classical, I studied classical cello. And so I think I feel like I grew up equally with both music styles as a main music style for me that I loved and listened to. And it was 93, so I was like 18 years old when I did the first Metallica arrangements for us, for cellos, just to play for fun, because I loved the music. And I knew that we had another cello group, 6 cello group. We played all kind of stuff up to Purple Haze from Jimi Hendrix. So I was thinking, if we can play Jimi Hendrix, why can't we play For Whom the Bell Tolls? And that was kind of where it came to me that, okay, I made the arrangements and we played for friends in student parties and stuff, and never planned to make an album, never planned to form a band. It was more like a bunch of cellists who were friends and loved metal. And then things happened and we were asked to make an album and we were convinced to record one. And then we did the first album and we were thinking, if we sell 1,000 copies, get a few gigs, that's really cool. And suddenly everybody was like, whoa, totally amazed that this album is revolutionary, and it started to get releases all around the world, and still on the same path, unplanned.
Yes, well, I know tickets are on sale now for the tour. I want to encourage everybody to check out the albums, volume 1 and 2, and of course, go to their website and get all the information on how to get your tickets. And that is definitely looks to be a incredible tour. Apocalyptica.com is the website.